In every generation, there arises a voice that dares to reimagine the future. In Kenya today, that voice belongs to the youths, a dynamic, articulate, and visionary youth whose passion for young people has inspired a national awakening. As a member of the 30 Things Vision Agenda for Youths, we are dedicated and have our energy to rallying Kenyan youth and indeed the youth of Africa to rise above despair, embrace innovation, and take their rightful place in shaping the destiny of their nations. The 30 Things Vision is not just another youth program. It is a comprehensive empowerment framework built on an understanding that the Kenya's and Africa's future depends on an informed, skilled, ethical, and proactive young generation. The initiative is categorized into 3 broad pillars, each containing about 10 key focus areas, forming a 30-point roadmap that touches every sphere of youth life, from personal empowerment to community development and environmental stewardship. Through this agenda, we are challenging youths to move from lamentation to action, from being job seekers to job creators, from being spectators to decision makers, and from being passive citizens to active nation builders. Our message is clear. Africa's transformation lies in the hands of its youths. Let us explore this 30 Things Vision Agenda and understand its pillars and reflect on why it is both timely and transformative. 1 is the youth in action, unlocking the power within. The first category of the 30 Things Agenda focuses on the youth in action, a call for self-realization, empowerment, and proactive participation. We believe that Kenya's youth are not a liability, but a vast reservoir of potential waiting to be unleashed. This pillar comprises of 10 foundational themes that empower youth to rise, create, and lead. 1 is youth empowerment. Empowerment is the bedrock of transformation. For we, youth empowerment means more than just access to resources. It means equipping young people with the confidence, knowledge, and tools to determine their own destiny. Youth must be empowered economically through access to credit and training, politically through inclusion and decision-making, and socially through mentorship and opportunities for the growth. Empowered youth can challenge social injustices, innovate solutions, and inspire others. The message here is simple but profound. Youths should not wait for empowerment. They should demand it, seize it, and sustain it. Number 2 is youth mentorship. No youth movement can thrive without mentorship. The 30 Things Vision Agenda emphasizes building a mentorship culture that connects experienced professional leaders and entrepreneurs with young people seeking guidance. We have reportedly championed mentorship as a bridge between ambition and achievement. Mentorship transforms dreams into reality. It shortens the learning curve and prevents costly mistakes. Every young person should seek a mentor and in turn mentor others. so that the baton is relayed from one youth to the other. The greatest legacy we can give our youth is not money, but mentorship. Number 3 is youth empowerment. Youth unemployment remains one of the Kenya's most pressing challenges. The vision agenda recognizes that addressing it requires a multi-pronged strategy, skilled training, innovation hubs and apprenticeship program, and private sector partnership. We advocate for policies that encourage industries to absorb more youth through internships and entry-level opportunities. We challenge youth to also create their own jobs. By identifying gaps in the local markets and innovating around them. Employment is not only about earning a living, it is about finding purpose and contributing meaningfully to national development. Number 4 is entrepreneurship. We rally behind the message to young people, which is very clear. Be creators, not just consumers. Entrepreneurship is a cornerstone of this vision, because in every idea lies the seed of an enterprise. Kenya youthful population, vibrant creativity, and digital connectivity make it an ideal breeding ground for startups and small businesses. Through initiatives promoting access to funding, business incubation, and training, the 30 Things Vision Agenda urges you to harness entrepreneurship as a path to independence and national growth. From agribusiness to technological startups, we insist that youth entrepreneurship is the new frontier of African prosperity. Number 5 is financial literacy. Financial literacy is empowerment in practice. Many young people fail not for lack of opportunity, but because they cannot manage the resources they acquire. The Vision Agenda calls for financial education at all levels, teaching youth how to save, invest, budget, and avoid debt traps. We champion youth financial education drives, emphasizing that a generation that understands money controls its future. With the proper financial discipline, today, youth can build sustainable wealth and drive community development. Number 6 is youth representation. For too long, decisions affecting youth have been made without youth themselves. We insist that young people must occupy spaces of power, from student leadership and county assemblies to national boards and parliaments. Representation is not symbolic, it's strategic. It ensures that youth policies reflect actual youth needs. The 30 Things Vision Agenda encourages you to register as voters, run for office, and use their voice in shaping governance. As we say, if you are not on the table, you are on the menu. Youths must avoid being on the menu. Then education. Education remains the great equalizer, but it must evolve with the time. Our vision calls for quality, inclusive, and skill-based education that prepares youth for modern economy. This means embracing technical and vocational training, integrating digital skills into curricula, and promoting innovation and research. Also, observing education should no longer be about memorization, but about solving real-world problems. The Vision Agenda reminds us that knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is transformation. Then number 8 is sports and arts talents. Kenya youths are bursting with creativity and talent. From athletics to music, film, fashion and visual arts. We champion sports and arts as viable economic sectors, not just hobbies. By investing in talent academies, arts festivals and sports infrastructure, Kenya can turn creativity into capital. Youths are encouraged to nurture their talents, remain disciplined, and use them to inspire others. Because talent is divine. We affirm, but nurturing is your responsibility. Number 9 is Pan-Africanism. Our vision extends beyond Kenyan borders. We envision a united, self-reliant and empowered African youth that transcends tribal and national boundaries. Pan-Africanism, we say, is not an old idea. It is a living call for unity and shared prosperity among the African nations. Though exchange, joint innovation programs and cultural collaborations, young Africans can become the architects of a new united continent. As the patron of the Pan-African Youth Movement, we challenge young people to see themselves not as citizens of a small nation, but as builders of Africa. Then number 10 is technology. In the digital age, access to technology defines opportunity. We champion digital literacy as an essential 21st century skill, from coding to content creation, from e-commerce to artificial intelligence, the AI technology. We offer limitless possibilities. The Vision Agenda calls on youth to use technology for development, not destruction, to build careers, expand knowledge, and connect with global opportunities. As we put it, digital skills are the new passport to prosperity. Category number 2 is youth and the society. That is building health and inclusive communities. The second category of the 30 Things Agenda deals with the youth and society, the moral health and social well-being of young people. We believe that empowered youth must also be healthy, responsible, and compassionate citizens. This pillar seeks to heal society from within, tackling issues that hinder holistic development. Under this category, number 1 focus area is menstrual health and hygiene. Menstrual health is a human rights issue, not a women's problem. We have been vocal about ending period poverty by ensuring access to sanitary products, menstrual education, and dignity for all girls. We urge young men to also understand and support menstrual health advocacy. The goal is to create a society where menstruation is normalized and no girl misses school because of her cycle. Number 2 is sexuality education. Young people need accurate, age-appropriate information about their bodies, relationships, and rights. The Vision Agenda promotes comprehensive sexuality education to prevent misinformation and protect youth from exploitation and diseases. We emphasize that empowering youth with knowledge about sexuality does not promote immorality. It promotes responsibility and respect. Number 3 is female genital mutilation, FGM. This remains one of the most harmful cultural practices affecting girls. We stand firmly against it, describing it as a violation of dignity and a threat to women's health and empowerment. Therefore, the 30 Things Agenda calls for community education, alternative rites of passage, and strict enforcement of anti-FGM laws. Youth, both men and women, must lead this campaign to protect their sisters and future daughters. Number 4 is childhood marriages. The early marriage robs children of education and dreams. We therefore our vision promote keeping girls in school and empowering communities to reject early marriages. We remind the nation that investing in the girls' education benefits the entire community. The youth are called upon to be advocates for girls' rights and to challenge traditions that perpetuate inequality. Number 5 is child pregnancies. Closely linked to early marriages, teenage pregnancy remains a major social concern. Our agenda focuses on prevention through awareness, mentorship, and re-entry programs for young mothers. We believe that every young mother deserves a second chance, that motherhood should not mean the end of education or opportunity. The youths are urged to create supportive communities rather than stigmatized victims. Then number 6 is alcohol, drug, and substance abuse. Addiction is silently destroying youth potential. The Vision Agenda advocates for drug-free communities, rehabilitation programs, and awareness campaigns targeting youth or young people. We therefore urge young youth to replace self-destruction with self-discipline, to say no to drugs and yes to purpose. We remind youth that sobriety is not weakness, it is a strength. Number 7 is mental health action. Mental health is health. The Vision Agenda prioritizes mental wellness, urging schools, workplaces, and families to prevent safe spaces for dialogue, counseling, and emotional support. We therefore passionately speak about the destigmatization, depression, and anxiety, encouraging youth to seek help without shame. We therefore insist that we cannot build a strong nation on broken minds. Number 8 is inclusivity of young persons with disabilities, that BWS. True empowerment leaves no one behind. We therefore vision in embracing inclusion, ensuring that young persons with disabilities are given equal access to education, jobs, and leadership. The agenda calls for an accessible infrastructure, adaptive technology, and representation of people with disabilities in leadership spaces. Inclusion, we note, is not charity, it is justice. Number 9 is cyberbullying. In a digital era, online cruelty can destroy lives. The 30 Things Vision Agenda educates youths about digital responsibility, encouraging empathy and ethical conduct while online. We call for safe digital spaces and stronger cyber laws. We urge youths to use social media to build, but not to break. Others, your keyboard, we say. can be a weapon or a tool. Therefore, we urge you to choose wisely. Number 10 is blood donation. Saving life is the ultimate act of humanity. We often, therefore, say, which leads to, by example, mobilizing youth for blood donation drives to address Kenya's chronic blood shortage. The vision, therefore, promotes a culture of voluntary blood donation as part of youth civic responsibility. Each pint of blood can save a life. Prove that small actions create big impact. Then the category number 3 is about the climate change and agriculture, sustaining the planet, securing our future. The third category of the 30 Things Vision Agenda focuses on climate change and agriculture, recognizing that young people are both victims and potential saviors of our planet. Our message to youth is clear. You are the custodian of tomorrow's earth. Therefore, the focus area number 1 is climate change mitigation. Mitigation means reducing the causes of climate change, particularly greenhouse gas emission. We encourage youth to plant trees, embrace clean energy, and advocate for green policies. Every school, university, and community groups should adopt tree planting as a norm, not an event. Youths must lead in transitioning Kenya toward the low-carbon economy. Number 2 is climate change adaptation and resilience. While mitigating tackles causes, adaptation helps to communities to cope with the effects. The Vision Agenda therefore empowers you to engage in climate-smart solutions such as flood management, drought-resistant crops, and community awareness campaigns. Resilient means bouncing back stronger. We call upon youth to be proactive, not reactive, in responding to climate challenges. Number 3 is nature-based solutions. Nature offers best answers to environmental problems. We promote eco-restoration, mangrove planting, and biodiversity conservation as a sustainable tool against climate threats. We remind youths that protecting nature is protecting life itself. In our words, we are not inheritors of the earth, we are the guardians. Number 4 is water solution and management. Water scarcity is one of Africa's defining challenges. The Vision Agenda calls for innovation in water harnessing, storage, recycling, and conservation. We therefore urge you to participate in community water projects and adopt water-saving technologies in home and farms. Water is life, and managing it sustainably is every generation's duty. Then we have smart agriculture. Agriculture is no longer about hoes and shovels. It's about technology and innovation. The Vision Agenda promotes precision farming, irrigation technology, and data-driven agriculture. We therefore inspire youth to view farming as a modern, profitable career, not a fallback option. Smart agriculture means working smarter but not harder. Number 6 is food security. Food security threatens both peace and progress. Our initiative calls for a revolution in food system, empowering youth to produce more, waste less, and innovate through the value chain. We remind youth that food security is not just about farming. It's about sustainable consumption and distribution. Number 7 is beekeeping. Beekeeping may seem to be simple, but it is a powerful source of income and ecological balance. Where bees pollinate, crops supporting biodiversity, while honey provides income for rural youth. The vision therefore promotes modern apiary practices and youth beekeeping cooperatives. We note that every beehive is a small factory of hope. Where it is sustainable energy, from solar power to biogas, renewable energy is key to sustainable growth. The vision agenda urges youth to adopt and innovate in clean energy solutions that will reduce dependency on fossil fuels. We envision a Kenya powered by sun and wind, where rural homes and schools are lit sustainably and energy becomes a catalyst for equality. 9 is agribusiness. Agribusiness or agriculture is not just cultivation, it is a business. This vision, therefore, teaches youths or engages youth to see agriculture as an enterprise, connecting production, process, packaging, and marketing. We therefore advocate for youth cooperatives, digital markets, and access to agri-finance. With the right mindset, youth can turn soil into gold. Number 10, under this category, is agro-processing. The value addition is the future of African agriculture. Instead of exporting raw products, youth should invest in processing, branding, and distribution. We therefore urge the government and private sector to support youth-owned agro-processing ventures through grants, training, and market. This is how Kenya can transform from food importer to food exporter, powered by its youths. In a nutshell, therefore, the 30 Things Vision Agenda for Youth is more than a document. It is a movement. It is a call for young people to stop waiting for change and start becoming the change. It challenges the youth to look inward, rise above excuses, and claim their future. This vision, 30 pillars, touch every dimension of life: personal empowerment, social responsibility, and environmental stewardship. Together they can form a complete curriculum for youth transformation in Kenya and Africa. We therefore urge this agenda to demonstrate that youth issues are not peripheral. They are national priorities. Our examples show that with vision, energy, and faith, young people can redefine politics, economics, and even the society. In our own words, we say, our generation must be remembered as the one that refused to be defined by problems and instead become the generation that solved the problems. That is the spirit of the 30 Things Vision Agenda, to awaken every young person to their divine potential. The time for the excuse is over. The time for youth in action, youth in society, and youth for the planet is now. This document was prepared, and we urge youths to support this 30 Things Vision agenda for the youths globally. I thank you.